Right, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Straight out, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. So me and Catherine have just turned up on a still water because all rivers, they're out sorts, they're bank top. Love to get on them, but just not able to get on them. So we've come on a still water. Let's see if we can get any out then, eh? So without further ado, let's crack on. take.
Mm-hmm. Good rod. Yeah. Yep. Taking line lot. Oof, no. Oh, hey, tell you something, that's not a bad fish, that. Hello. Telling you now, that's a good fish, that. Little pike don't do that. That could be a 20 pounder. Yeah, it's a good fish. Yeah, it's a good fish. Just loosen up on that drag a bit. He's tucking into my breakfast. Wow, that's got some grunt to it, that. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come to me. Oh, yes. That's a nice fish, that, isn't it? Definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's getting up there, is that, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like it's a head on her.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put them onto that treble there. That's it. Now look at that lot.
Yeah.
Do her a favour.
Yeah.
Been laying up, haven't you?
Yeah. Covered in leeches.
That's it. There you go. That's a good fish, that is.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice fish.
Yeah. What are you calling for that one?
I don't know, she's not much of a belly, but she's an head on her.
The head is massive on her.
Just going to have to release it with Matt because nets are all, hooks are all stuck in net. But that's a good fish, that. Look at size at tail. Right rudder on her.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish. Let's get her back in with Matt. There you go. Get in there. Wow.
What a fish that was. How long was that? And it had an head on it like a bucket.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Hey.
He gets in there. What a fish.
That was the weird. Do you want to say a bit about the take? Because it's.
Well, yeah, I think we sort of got a bit of it on film. It was such a shy take for a big fish. It were, bobbing were just going did it, like that.
Yeah. Brilliant. Should we get another bait on?
Wow, I think I need a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Nice one.
Good stuff. Yeah, let's have another.
Well, that was a right fish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad one, was it, that?
It was the head size of it. So the belly, it didn't have a massive belly.
Yeah.
But its tail and the head.
The rudder on that thing. I mean, I've had a few pike over my time, as you know, but it were like that, you know, and a right good tail root on it. As it were a good fish, that.
Yeah.
It were a good fish. It were a little bit lean, but I don't know if it comes across on video, but it still had a good girth to it. It were an heavy fish.
Yeah.
But it were a long fish as well.
And you imagine another, what'll it be, 6 weeks, 2 months when it's full of spawn?
Think GoPro batteries, I tell you.
Just way I did.
We've probably done, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes filming tops with that battery, and it just died.
Yeah.
Sort it out, GoPros.
Yeah.
Come in here.
Eight batteries that can cope with a bit of chill.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So back to it. That
How long
fish.
till spawning do we reckon?
Well, we're end of January now, aren't we? So, you know, February and like middle of March normally. It depends. Different places up in, you know, so like up in Scotland, for example, on, you know, excuse me, the big deep Scottish lochs, they're a lot colder, so I think they'll tend to spawn up there later as opposed to somewhere warmer, you know, somewhere a bit warmer like down south or what have you. Yeah. So, but as a rule, it's sort of right middle to end of March sort of thing. So
once she's fully spawned, she'll be a massive fish, won't she? Oh. Nah, breeze, I think.
I think it will win that.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, you know what I mean? It were a good fish with that. It were probably scraping £20.
Yeah.
It were a nice fish with that. Like I say, sometimes it don't come across on film, but she had a decent girth on her, but she still had room to get some spawn in there. Yeah. So, but this time of year they're starting to feed up. Yeah. And so let's just mention the take as well. Alright, take. I think you got some of it on film, didn't you? I hope so, yeah, I think so, but it were a really, for a big fish, really tentative take. Hopefully we got it on film, but it were like bobbing. I try and sort of set them halfway. What I mean by that is not right up against the reel and not right down, so like halfway, so that it can go either way. It can go up or it can drop back, and it were like it were just going did it like that, wasn't it? So like for a big fish like that, I tell you, it's not an easy venue, this, I don't think. You know, they've had I don't know, what would you call it, like a pike fishing match? Yeah. Wind's getting up. Yeah. So do you think that was so tentative because of the pressure on Might be, yeah. Well, like a big fish like that, it might have been caught before. Probably a little bit wary, but if it's only fish we get, what a fish that was, wasn't it? cracking fish. It were in good condition and all.
Yeah.
It had been laid up and all because it had a lot of leeches on it. I got a few of them off, like, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking to a guy earlier, he said they had a pike match on. He said there were 7 anglers, so two rods each, 14 rods, and they all blanked. So it's not bad, is it?
No, I think we've done
it's
alright.
not an easy venue, but
yeah.
hopefully we'll get into another one if we're lucky enough.
And you think, you know, we've had a pike, haven't we, which at the moment we can't get on the rivers.
No, rivers are out.
So the opportunity of getting somewhere when the rivers are out is brilliant.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get another one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do my usual showing it set up and how I fish it and things like that, and you know, tools you need and all of that stuff. But hopefully we'll have another one to show you, so stay tuned and hit that sub button as well. It's important. It's a growing channel, isn't it? And it's informative, and you know, that's what we want. So see if we can get another. Right, I'll just run through rig then. So it couldn't be simpler really. It's just your normal, like, running ledger rig. So you've got your bait there. So your 2 hooks, like, spaced apart. You've got one in tail root and then one just down flank. And I like to put a little bit of bait elastic just round middle and round root at tail. And that's basically so that hook there's got free movement out at bait, and so's that one. But it helps hold the bait on the mackerel are normally pretty good anyway. But it's a Predator Pursuits traces that. So on that fish that I caught earlier, the partridge trebles are good trebles, but one of them were just bent out a little bit. So I basically took it off on that split ring there, look, changed it for a new one. Traces as good as new, ready to go, no problem. So it's basically an 18-inch trace, and then I've got a quick release clip there to a swivel, and then tied onto braid with a Palomar knot, and then just a little buffer bead there, look, slips down over your swivel like that, and then you've got a free running ledger on a large bore run ring, so you can see there's no tension on that at all. It's free running, and that's what you need really, because you saw that take earlier, it was really tentative, and if you've got any kind of, you know, resistance to it taking line through there, then there's a good chance I could have dropped that bait and I might not have caught it. So it's quite important, that bit. So just a running ledger rig, and then your buffer bead, quick release clip there, and then an 18-inch titanium trace. That's I'll leave a link in description for Predator Pursuits terminal tackle traces, because they're pretty good. So yeah, that's it basically in a nutshell. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that we use in our pike fishing that sort of think is quite important for, you know, fish welfare, and you know, how to treat your catch with care and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll start with landing net. So it's quite a big spoon. So our channel's not sponsored by anybody, load by Esock's YouTube channel, but we bought ourselves a Coram folding spoon that's it's quite tight mesh on it. And I think that's important, that, to me anyway, because I think the ones with the bigger mesh on them, the fins can get stuck in it and it can split the fins, but with this it's
quite small mesh, so they can't, and it's all rubberized as well, which is, you know, and it's plenty big enough to get a good sized fish in, you know, so you can revive them in water with it. I'll go through the unhooking mat and the tools and everything like that. So what I've got there is I've got a pair of long-nosed artery forceps, and what you can do is, if you've got like a flying treble, you can clip that onto treble and then it'll stay there, and you can see where it is when you're dealing with the other hook, so you can leave it hanging on the flying treble. And then a good pair of long-nosed forceps, I think these are Gray's Prowlers, but there's loads on market. And then you've got that one on your flying treble, and then that one there you can use to get to the hooks and what have you. But what's really important is a good pair of side cutters, because every now and again that fish wasn't too bad, it was just hooked on one treble. We use semi-barbless trebles as well, you know, to make sure that there's only one barb on treble and that goes in to hold the bait. The other two are barbless. So, but every now and again you'll get like a dodgy hook up, so you might hook it in scissors and it, you know, be hooked on two hooks and it's difficult to get it out. So what you can do is you can just snip those points off of that hook, and then it's easier to get the hook out then from its scissors. It's not damaging fish, and it's easier for, you know, it's less stressful for fish as well, so the fish will thank you for it. So a good pair of side cutters, really important. Wanted to really talk about this a little bit. It's the latest padded unhooking mat from ESP. Quick draw mat it is, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with it. It's pretty good. So you can, it's got drawstrings at either end, and you can draw them right down like that, and it sort of turns it into a bit of a cradle with sides on as well, and it's really well padded. I mean, you need it with hard bankings like this, but it rolls up really nice as well, so I'm quite chuffed with it. You can, if you want to, you can just release the drawstrings, let it go back down, and it's a nice big wide mat as well if you're on flat ground. But as you know, if you're a regular viewer to the channel, we do a lot of river fishing, and bankings are a bit like that, and you could be dealing with a fish and it could be trying to make its way off that mat onto grass. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. It's a pretty good bit of kit.
Well, for a reservoir that fishes hard, I think we've had a pretty good day, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's been good.
Yeah. It's been chilly, hasn't it?
Yeah, that wind,
yeah,
it got up for a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it's
but
a proper wind chill factor today.
Like Catherine said, this particular reservoir is fishing really tough at the minute.
Yeah.
But as you've seen from some of that footage of that fish, the rewards are there. You've just got to put the time in. Yeah. It's like we thought, I want to bring a decent video out for you guys for your enjoyment, but we're thinking when we came here, weren't we? I know you were, and I thinking I
wasn't overly optimistic.
This is going to be a tough one. You know, it could be a blanker, but it turned out we had a good one, didn't we? Yeah. So
yeah,
I mean, it's like I've always said, if you go pike fishing and you get one like that, you're not going to complain, are you? Do you know what I mean?
Not at all.
Cracking fish.
Yeah.
Massive head on it. Really did have a big. Yeah. Its head were.
Yeah, it was like almost disproportionate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the rest of its body.
I think once she gets on the munch.
Yeah.
And she starts filling up with spawn, that'll be over a mid-20, will that?
Yeah,
it will be.
Girl.
I mean, it were nudging 20, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. It
Yeah,
were
I do.
close. It were close.
Close.
It
Yeah.
was so long.
But,
And what a
yeah.
rudder on it. I mean,
Yeah.
no wonder it were taking line off me.
But it's not about the weight, it's about the enjoyment, and she certainly gave us that.
Oh, she did. on a difficult venue.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get on rivers because they're out of sorts.
Yeah.
You know, so that wraps that one up, doesn't it? Another one in the list.
Yeah.
Big reservoir pike. Hope you enjoyed it.
And then,
If you did, hit that like button
Yeah.
and, you know, comment what a fish, well done, or something like that. You picked up one or two little tips along the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
so,
And hit that subscribe button as well,
yeah.
if you can.
So until next time, take care of yourselves.
And tight lines.